Hello gamers from around the world, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with an extra video this week cause we had some amazing Xbox news. So I thought I'd try out a new video format for breaking news. This format allows me to edit my videos a little bit faster and therefore bringing you the latest and greatest in Xbox news a lot faster. So please make sure to let me know in the comments below if you do enjoy this kind of more straightforward news video and if you'd like to see them more often in the future. And if you end up liking this video, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button and consider turning on the notification bell. This helps my channel more than you think and I really appreciate your support. But now let's dive into the latest announcements. In breaking news, Bethesda has announced an Indiana Jones game, and it's developed by none other than Machine Games, who are well known for the Wolfenstein series. And since Microsoft has acquired ZeniMax/Bethesda, including all their studios, Indiana Jones will be an Xbox Game Studio Titel. Okay, and you probably have seen it a lot over the social media channels. The question is immediately, will the Indiana Jones game be an Xbox exclusive title? And we get to that in a second, but first let's look a little bit deeper into the actual announcement. Bethesda has released a little CGI trailer, which you can see here, along with a short teaser of what is actually happening. The statement was the following: a new Indiana Jones game with an original story is in development from our studio Machine Games and will be executive produced by Todd Howard in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. It'll be some time before we have more to reveal, but we are very excited to share today's news. Now, I'm already getting goosebumps just reading it out to you guys, so let's go through it step by step. The developer Machine Games is well known, as I said, for the Wolfenstein games, and I've seen already a couple of guys saying that Indiana Jones will become a first-person shooter. Now I have my serious doubts about this. Even though we don't know anything about the game yet, it just would make sense for them to go more in the Tomb Raider/Uncharted kind of game type. You can make that kind of game as a third-person action-adventure, also with a combination of open-world elements if you would like to, but I doubt it will be a first-person shooter kind of game. Interesting is though that Machine Games again has the Nazis as their enemies and I can't wait to learn more, but as the tweet said, it will be some time before they have more to share, and that is probably because the game is in very early production, and here's why. I doubt that the developer Machine Games completely abandons the Wolfenstein series, and just like I said in my Xbox 2021 prediction video, it's been 4 years since the last Wolfenstein game came out and I highly expect them to release the final game in the trilogy in 2021. And before they have not released Wolfenstein 3, which by the way had already 1 year more development time than any other Wolfenstein game before, we won't hear an update on the Indiana Jones game. Another thing that got revealed with this tweet is that the game will be executive produced by Todd Howard in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. Okay, Todd Howard, the mastermind behind games like Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls series in general and the Fallout series, is obviously busy already developing Starfield, the first new Todd Howard IP in years. We don't have a confirmed release date for Starfield yet. What we know is that it's going to be a huge RPG set in space and everything pointing towards an announcement and release in 2021. Besides Starfield, he is also already involved in the early development stage of the Elder Scrolls 6, which is probably years out. But that's another thing why I think that the Indiana Jones game won't go into full production before Starfield and, like I said before, Wolfenstein 3 is out. The interesting part here is that the Indiana Jones game is developed in collaboration with LucasArts and that it's going to be an original story. Especially the collaboration with LucasArts has brought up the discussion that this deal must have been signed with LucasArts before Microsoft acquired Bethesda. And I don't know why people are arguing about this, but that's obviously the case because the acquisition from Microsoft of Bethesda is not finalized yet. They have only signed a letter of intent and currently they are working through the legal stuff to make that acquisition official. But as of right now, Bethesda is not yet part of Microsoft. We haven't gotten an official date, but everything is pointing towards February or March until this deal is officially closed and Microsoft and Bethesda studios can then finally start to work as one company. Before that is happening, we won't hear anything about Microsoft's plans to make Bethesda games exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. I mean, we know that all the Xbox Game Studio games come day and date into Game Pass and Indiana Jones won't be an exception. But since Microsoft Microsoft is at this moment legally not allowed to talk about their plans for the IPs and the games and so on. All we know is that Microsoft is going to decide on a case-by-case basis if games will become Xbox exclusives or if they will remain multi-platform and therefore coming to the PlayStation 5. And I think this is the biggest discussion right now on social media about the Indiana Jones announcement. Will it be multi-platform, meaning also playable on the PlayStation, or will it be an Xbox exclusive? And I don't think that the fact that the Lucasfilm deal has been signed prior to the acquisition of Bethesda from Microsoft is a sign of the game becoming multi-platform. The deal with Lucasfilm is obviously a development deal, not a publishing deal. Lucasfilm won't be the publisher, and therefore I highly doubt that the deal in between Lucasfilm and Bethesda includes paragraphs about the platforms the game is developed for. But of course, at this point it's all just speculation, but I've said it before, Microsoft didn't spend $7.5 billion on the acquisition of Bethesda just to make all their games multi-platform games. Their main reason for the acquisition is to grow their ecosystem, and with that especially the growth of Game Pass. Game Pass is their main game. They want that subscription service to be as big as possible, and what better way to grow your subscriber base than having a beloved IP like Indiana Jones, developed by one of the best and most popular developers out there, Todd Howard, exclusively in the subscription service. So I have no doubt that the Indiana Jones game, and by the way all the other big Bethesda IPs like Starfield, Doom, Wolfenstein and the successor to Skyrim and so on, will be Xbox ecosystem exclusives, meaning of course available on Xbox consoles, PC and every device that supports xCloud. And let me ask you this question, if Sony would have bought Bethesda, would people even discuss it if the games will be platform exclusive? But before the deal is not officially sealed in between Microsoft and ZeniMax, we won't hear about the plans officially, and up until then it's all up for speculation. And I think the most important thing for us gamers should not be the concern about which platform we get to play the game on. The important thing of this announcement is that we get a AAA Indiana Jones blockbuster game that is an original story for us to experience, not a movie adaptation, developed by an incredible talented studio in Machine Games, and the executive producer is again Todd Howard. So let's be excited for a game that has the potential to become something very special. And by the way, this is a strong start for the future of Xbox Game Studios in 2021, and I can't wait to see what other surprises they will have in store for us later this year. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and consider sharing this out to other gamers. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below, are you excited for the Indiana Jones game? Do you think it will be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!